Yo, 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 what's going on? It's the NRW, where nerds rule the world. It's your boys, Kuya P, Glenn Lawrence. We are about to have some fun today as we talk with some stars and the crew behind The House Next Door, Meet the Blacks 2. I'm talking about co-writer, director, Deon Taylor, and comedy legend himself. Super excited for this guy, Mr. Katt Williams. Glenn, how hype are you, bro? Because I'm hype.
Bro. Look, I'm mad hype. I can't believe that they're coming out with a second Meet the Blacks because the first one has so many cameos. It did so many things with just different movies that they threw in there. I'm like, how can you top that? How can you top that? And then they answer the question. They bring in Katt Williams. I'm like, oh, that's how you can top it. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So I'm super hyped for this film. Super hyped to talk to them and see how they are bringing it to us. You know what I mean? Like how what?
I know, right? I know that. So, bro, yo, because Katt plays like this pimp vampire, or more so the Vampimpera. I don't know. I'm coming up with a new name for that because me and names.
Vampimpera's dope.
Vampimpera. I had to wear the Dayglow colors because I'm not trying to get bitten. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get bitten, so I got to keep it bright and shining, just like Katt and everything he does, man. Let's throw it to the trailer so everybody can peep that if they haven't seen it yet, and then we'll come off of that with Deon Taylor, the co-writer, director, and the legend himself, Mr. Katt Williams. Here we go.
In 2016, they met the original Karen.
My name is Carl Black.
It's a little ironic that your name is Black.
Don't say it, bitch.
Now, in 2021, they must face a new evil.
Baby, I think some new people just moved in next door.
Something ain't right at that house, Carl. There's never any movement during the day.
Let me introduce Dr. Mama Walden.
Take 2 of these and call me in the morning.
What type of medicine you practice, bro? Oh, this.
It's a little pimp in there. What? P-I-M-P. Put it in my pocket.
911, what's your emergency?
Yes, as you can tell, I'm Caucasian, and there's a real peculiar guy.
Is he black?
Yes, he's black.
Okay, we'll send over 5 units right away.
This is definitely black on black crime.
His kind is not invited in our house.
In this age of divisiveness, we can't do this to each other. Sheesh.
Hey, that's my wife.
She will be mine.
What you see? Oh! Vampire feeds on blood. We should kill him.
Big mistake.
So we hunting vampires. I got just what you need. Oh, Joel Osteen holy water.
Kinda got a pineapple taste to it.
I can't see now.
It's crazy you could know someone all their life and might not know that they a freak unless you see them at night.
It's war.
Hey, put your leftovers down.
It's like we're living across the street from different strokes. Why would you kick me in the legs? Carl, I can't feel it. Carl, hit me in the face.
Oh, hell. What did he do to you?
Carl was in my mouth.
You look like Black China.
Watch out. For the house next door. I am no monster. Allow me. This is for your education.
No!
The black man has yet again said no to education.
Freaks come out.
All right, boom, there you go. The House Next Door, Meet the Blacks 2. An amazing film. You're going to want to check it out. So here we have, like I said, the director, co-writer, Deon Taylor, and of course, comedy legend. I'm so hyped for this man, Mr. Katt Williams, who plays Dr. Mama Walden in The House Next Door. What's going on, y'all? How y'all living?
Doing great, man. How you guys doing?
Amazing, man. So excited to have you guys on. I'm going to pass it to my man, Glenn Lawrence with Level Up Comedy to throw out our first question out the gate. Here we go.
All right. Well, time is limited, so we're just going to jump right to it. Deon, first question is for you. Since doing Meet the Blacks, you've written and produced and directed so many great films, original films. Tell us about coming back for a sequel. How was that for you? How'd that all come together?
It was great, man. It's actually, I've been telling people all day, it's been one of the funnest things I've done in the last probably 5 years. You know what I mean? Is to be able to go touch this cast again, but revamp it, no pun intended, with Katt. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I think I wouldn't have, if it wasn't for Katt, I wouldn't have done another one. But because the screenplay was so, so cool, and it was such a great idea, when I got Katt involved, I was like, okay, this has to be put on screen. You know what I mean? So that was fun, man. Some of these movies you have a lot of fun with. Some of them, become very hard. The Intruder for me was like a fun movie, with Dennis Quaid, where, we got to play in a house and he got to lose his damn mind. And, we saw the results of that with that film opening number 2 in the world. And Meet the Blacks 1 was so fun, but it was shot very fast. So being able to get Katt and take my time to shoot the second one and just grow the franchise was like, it was worth the wait. It was worth the time. But if it wouldn't have been for Katt coming to play Dr. Mama Walden, man, we probably wouldn't be having this conversation.
I love it. So let's talk about this cast and then lead into the amazing Katt Williams as Dr. Mama Walden. How did this cast come together? And you brought back some phase, and you brought some new cast like Katt. Like, I was intrigued that you brought my man Gary Owen back. He died, man. How's this man back here?
Yeah, ain't no rules, man. To me, like, part of what's fun, man, is, like I said, on part 1, we didn't have very much time. So when you have 9, 10, 11 days to make a movie, I remember walked away from that movie going like, damn, man, if I had more time, I could have did this, I could have did that. I wanted to spend more time with people. So Gary was one of those situations where I was like, damn, he was so great. I was like, let's figure that out. And then King Batch was another one where I was like, man, let's figure out how to bring Batch back. But one of the things that I love about film, man, is there are no rules. As an artist, you make your own rules and you create your own platform and you build your own brand. And this movie was, it's built that way. Now this grouping to me is like, all right, this is forever. So if you die in this one, you're not coming back, right? Like that's that. So I feel like this is the one that takes off. But look, man, Katt Williams and Danny Trejo, that alone to me is like, all right. Then
Hell
when you
yeah.
add Snoop and Rick Ross, you know what I mean? You start being like, all right, but it's really good, man. I'm just excited about the product. I'm happy that these are not just a bunch of people jumping in the movie with names. You know what I mean? When you got Katt involved and you got Mike involved, probably, part of me being a filmmaker is to make sure that I am a filmmaker, not a marketeer where I'm like, oh yeah, let's just put everybody in the film and hope it works. Like, no, we had to make a good movie and we had to build it out, and the fans have been asking for it. So I'm happy we were able to do it.
Well, I'll say that's what I liked about the first Meet the Blacks is you had all these different people come together, and it was funny and it was good. It wasn't just like a mashup of a bunch of people thrown together. It like made sense and it was good, and we had a lot of fun with it. Now, Katt, you come into the Meet the Blacks franchise, and it looks like you're probably going to have like one of the baddest vampires on screen that we've had just in cinema ever. Tell us about coming in and what you brought to the table, being Dr. Mama Walden.
Yeah, so for me, it was the opportunity to do some real acting in a role that I didn't have any parallels to, where there wasn't things I could pull from other things to this. This was really a standalone character, but I only judge the movie by the script. I don't get the other information first. I get the script first, and I make my decision based on the script. So it doesn't matter how bad you want me. If I read the script and I don't understand what I could bring to this, even for you, I don't want me. I want whoever's the best person in this role to get it. And I was just fortunate that in this particular scenario, I read the script and realized that, wait a minute, this guy's not even written as the comedy relief in this movie. None of the comedy weight is on this guy. He has other weight, but it's not comedic weight. And it was a great opportunity for everybody to be able to be funny without worrying about it being shaded in any way, because I had enough work to do with my character, you know what I mean? And so it's not often that everything meshes where the cast already has great respect for each other as a unit. And it was me and my henchmen were the only new additions to the project. So, you know, as the rookies, it was incumbent upon us to make sure that we came in and added to the franchise. And they were very successful trades. And I think we're going to go far in the playoffs.
I love it. I love it. Yo, Katt, I got to ask you, man, because you do a lot of Pimp stuff in your comedy and you talk about that. What did you think of this combination of Pimp and vampire? I'm like, why haven't we thought about this before? Why haven't we seen more films like this? Me and my man Glenn was talking about Vampimpra, Count Pimpula. Like, you're giving us this amazing representation of vampire. And then we had the video that y'all dropped with Freaks Come Out at Night, the remix of the classic. Man, yo, this combo is, I'm loving it. Like, why haven't we seen this before? And I want to spin off with Dr. Mama Walden. What are we getting with this, Katt? What do you think about just that combo?
Yeah, that's what's intriguing as a creative. This is a cookie. Music and Hollywood are very cookie cutter, so they need to see something work, and then everybody makes a version of that thing that worked. This was the opportunity to make a thing work before they understood that it was a thing. Even as the pimp comedian, I have no pimp jokes. That's what they're going to get later when they go back and go through it and go, wait a minute, this dude had no pimp jokes. How could you be the pimp comedian? Because it's in you, it's not on you. And there
you go.
It colors the type of work that you do, you know what I mean? Yeah. So in a comedy, I need it to be funny first, and I need it to hit, and I don't need it to look like a collection cast members, or what they need Katt for. They already had enough. I didn't need one of those situations. I needed a situation where I could come in and really make myself useful. And as a person of color in this business, you're not going to get very many opportunities to work with a cast that represents you and your family, and a director and a producer that reflects the same, and be able to assist another Midwestern comedian with a movie project that goes to theaters. Like, these are not, they don't seem big, but they're humongous, just because if we're not looking out to do projects with us, for us, then who is it that we're expecting to do it? And so just the opportunity to put your money where your mouth is and come and service something that's bigger than yourself comedically, and to be able to bring new people, Corey Zuman Miller in on them. It was just a great opportunity for the league itself, is what I'm saying.
Nice. Man, that's right. I love the fact of, like, you know, doing things for us, bringing all these people together. You talked a little bit about music, and RZA did the first score to the first Meet the Blacks, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure who got to do the second score, but talk a little bit about the music and the score for this one, because I felt like that definitely moved the first movie a lot.
Yeah, shout out to RZA, man. Wu-Tang Clan one time, man.
Wu-Tang.
Shout out to RZA, man. Yeah, RZA came in and scored the first one. This film, I went and got Jeff Zanelli to score the film, and Jeff Zanelli is who scored Pirates of the Caribbean. He also scored Black and Blue. And I felt like, because this film is very classic, very, very Bram Stoker's Dracula, very, you know, old school Blackula. It needed to have keys and organs. And I love what Jeff did on Pirates of the Caribbean, in terms of like how he created music for the monsters and the zombies and all the different, you know, supernatural things that happen in that. And when I gave him a shot to score this, it was just brilliant, man. When we were on set shooting the movie, me and Katt I was exchanging music with him that came from the original Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like I would actually play that on set for him, just so he could get that character and have a theme and a running soundtrack. And it really, really worked well because when I cut the film, all of his scenes are like, they feel like that. You know what I mean? How he moves, how he talks, how his hand gestures are. And, Katt won't say this, but I'll say it. It's incredible what he did. When you talk about comedy and you talk about just making a little movie like we did, you know what I mean? Sometimes, man, like you end up doing something that's just really special. And he came to play. He played a character that is not the comedy relief. He played a real heavy character that's really fun and funny and very eccentric and different. And had he not did what he did in this film, the movie wouldn't work. And that's why I kind of go back to what I said originally, like, if it wasn't him, I probably wouldn't have did it, because where I am in my career in terms of being a director and the things that I'm looking at, like, this had to make sense. You know what I mean? It just had to make sense. And for me, I'm always culture forward. I'm always like, what can I do for the culture? Like, what can I do to break the cycle? Because we get to a certain place in Hollywood where, people are like, well, why'd you do that? Why would you go make that movie? You know what I mean? It's like, well, I make these movies because I make movies for us. I make movies for our people. I make movies for the people that look like me. Like, that's first. You know what I mean? Like, it would be the same reason why you asked John Singleton, why would you cast Snoop in Baby Boy? You know what I mean? It's like, no, he understood. He understood why to put Busta Rhymes in Higher Learning. You know what I mean? Like, you have to make things that work for the culture, man. Tupac in Poetic Justice. So for me, I look at film like, what am I making that speaks directly to the people that I talk to? And this is that. So Jeff Zanelli was great. The cinematographer is Dave Perkle, who shot all of the Vampire Diary movies. So if you look at the film, it really has a dope look. And when you guys get to see the film, wait till you see all Katt stuff, like where he lives, how it feels, and how it looks. Is very layered and just a super cool film, man.
Yeah, I want to tack onto that and to bring it to Katt. What inspired your performance? Like, what were you into? Were you into like vampires before? Like, what kind of research did you do to bring yourself into this role?
Yeah, I was as far away from the role as possible, just because I didn't have horror movies in my upbringing. So I was grown before I had watched my first horror film. But even as not a fan of the genre early on, Bram Stoker's Dracula is a movie that I saw that changed a lot of how I felt about filmmaking itself and how a film could be, because the whole time that I'm watching it, I'm watching how everything is being done magnificent. And this isn't even a genre that's my favorite, yet I cannot help but be overwhelmed by what type of job is being done. And so that's what this movie gave me the opportunity to do. There's no character that I've played that's similar to this character. There's no essence of Katt Williams in this character that bust out. Like, I really was Dr. Mama Walden every day of the set, whether we were shooting or not. That's the character that I was, and that's when I do my best work.
All right. Okay. So we haven't actually been able to see the film, but I guess
you seem very upset about that.
We usually get screeners.
We like screeners. We like to see it up front. You know what I mean?
Right,
I hate doing an interview and not knowing what I'm actually going to expect in it. But maybe y'all can give us a little clue. What can we expect from Meet the Blacks 2?
I'll tell you this. You can expect a lot of laughs. You can expect great performances. But more importantly, what I think is really cool about the movie is a love story. So, a lot of these, a lot of the themes, first of all, as a filmmaker, I love adversity. So every movie is adversity. Someone has something happen to them and they have to overcome it. It's the same thing with The Intruder. It's the same thing with Black and Blue. It's the same thing with Fatale. You have to overcome an adversity. So this film has that. But at the center of it, it's the oldest tale of all time. It's a love story. Someone who lost someone who is trying to get them back. Except this man is trying to get someone else's wife that looks just like his wife. so what's great about it, man, is
no, that's my wife.
Yeah, so it's great because they're.
You mean looks exactly like my wife? What?
He wants his wife back, man. So it's just it's a great fun story that I think everyone will enjoy. But like I said, the center of it, it's Mike fighting for something that's his, and it's Katt fighting for something that he believes is his, and together that makes a fun, explosive movie.
I love it.
She is your wife, though, Katt. You had her. You had her, man.
Yeah, I just feel poorly that you gentlemen have had to have this whole interview on faith alone, and I understand the air to avoid in your faith. What if we do this and it turns out it was awful? We could add a whole. We'll make sure you guys see it quick, so know you're good.
based on your guys' track record, I'm sure you're going to knock it out of the park. You know
Hell yeah!
That's what happens when you have a body of work. It's like, okay, we can trust them.
I don't want to say.
No, Glenn.
Yeah,
Glenn.
I won't say it's my best work, but I will say that it's my best work yet.
All right.
And that's what I'm trying to do with each role. Is I'm really trying to have you at the end of it go, yep, there wasn't anything else that guy could have done.
I feel that. Yeah,
that's really what my brand is that regardless of what the temperature is, that I selected this for a reason, and I believed that I could deliver this to you, and this is 100% the best I can do. It's just generally when you're doing that, you don't have a great cast and a great director and a great location, and the scout person knows the areas, and the musical person has the vibe, and wardrobe acts like they've been with vampires before or not their first rodeo. It's just of all of those, and then for us to do it and put it in the can, and then we be required to not sell it short. The easy thing would have been just find somewhere. I'm saying I already got a deal with Netflix, so it could have just went on the piggyback of Mike Epps' deal over there. He just did it. You know what I mean? Like there were ways that this could have gone if it wasn't the quality that it needed to have been. And the blessing is that, anytime you have good content, you want to get that out. It's just going to be great for everybody to be able to see Mike Epps and Lil Duval and Michael Blackson and Gary O and all in their natural habitat, Zoo Miller, Tyron, just everybody and feeling free. And remember, we did this pre-pandemic. So there's a freeness that you see in the film that there's no way we could have cheated under pandemic. Like we couldn't have been under COVID restrictions. Yeah. And me still comfortable biting you on the neck and sucking your essence out of flesh. I spray all type of sanitizer, and it's a big deal. I'd had to quarantine for each victim. It's just a lot of things that couldn't take place. So it all made the perfect storm. So I don't do interviews and sell stuff because generally I don't have a lot of stuff to sell. But this was the rare opportunity to be able to assist Midwestern royalty on the comedy side, and also one of the only director-producer forces that we even have in our business with Deon and Roxanne, and that can't be taken lightly. There's still only 5 people in Hollywood that can green light a film, and I'll let you know that none of them are of color. So it still is what it is.
Hell yeah. Give them flowers, because that's so important.
Yeah. I don't have problem giving flowers. I'm a gardener by trade. You understand? So when
Yeah.
when you realize important things are as you go, you don't have to look back and go, man, if I'd have realized what a big deal that was, I'd have tried harder. No, the lesson is to try as every swing is supposed to be for the home run. And if it can't be for the home run, then it's supposed to make a magnificent strikeout. One of the
That's right. There you go.
Just so that the pitcher understands that if he flips his pitch up one, it's out of there, you know? So.
Hell yeah. Well, we are tremendously honored, man, by all those statements for joining us and giving your time. We have two more questions. First one. So with the first film, you gave us comedy mixed with The Purge. The second, you gave us vampires. Deon, we want to have a third, bro. Could you give us a sneak peek if you were possibly to do a third? What genre might you mix it with? Aliens, zombies, or the COVID-19 pandemic? Can you give us a glimpse if you could do a third?
I don't know, man. I gotta.
That was a lie. That was a lie. That was a lie.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. You know what? I've been talking to Katt a little bit off the record about a third one already, man, just because they're so fun, but at the same time, I love people to keep elevating them, you know. But I do love monsters, you know, a lot, man. I love just old school, you know. I loved how they flipped The Invisible Man recently. I just like the old school monster. So it would be something probably dealing with supernatural, ghost, you know, somewhere in that world. You know, maybe it's the Black Ghostbusters. We have to figure it out, man.
Well, man, yeah, we're excited to see what you do for that next one, that follow-up. Maybe we'll get the advanced copy next time. You know what I'm saying? We'll be able to check it out. Katt, so you know, we talked a little bit about what Deon might do next with the next Meet the Blacks. What about you? What are we going to see you in next? And when are you going to give us another special, bro? We've been craving another special since what, 2018? Come on, when we get another one?
Dude, this is not on me. Understand, I did the last special then. Like, I work in arenas. Like, my venues were the first venue that closed in the country and still are not 100% for the NBA. So yeah. I'm saying, I understand that other comedians are out there and they're working, but, you know, we're in different venues. I'm saying, so different
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Let me tell you what he just said in layman's terms, man. The arenas are not open yet, so he can't do small clubs, man. These are arenas. You got to get a ticket to go to the arena to see him. So as soon as the arena's open, we'll see Katt again, man. Just FYI. Okay. You wonder what he was meaning.
I'm back on tour. I'm back on tour this season, not next season. This season, I'm back in. I was just waiting on my place to hold up, and I'm bringing vengeance with me. Like, it's gonna be well worth the wait. Like,
that's what I want to hear.
I feed off content. I am saturated with content. I can't wait to get out there.
I'm just gonna FYI, because I'm a comedian as well, and I did a special in my living room. I did 5 people in my living room. You know what I'm saying? It's little.
Kudos to you, sir. There is no such thing as a small special. There are only specials that have not happened and ones that did.
I appreciate
Gentlemen,
that. I appreciate that.
This was a tremendous honor. Thank you, Deon. Thank you, Katt, man. This was truly a pleasure. Thank you, everybody on your team. Everybody go see The House Next Door, Meet the Blacks 2, because we got to have a third and all of that. And just thank you so much for this. This was so much a pleasure, so much an honor. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. June 11th, man. Go check
June
it out.
11th, y'all.
We need y'all at the
All right, boom. There you go. Legends. Deon Taylor, man, if you're not familiar with his work, he did the first Meet the Blacks. He did The Intruder. He did Traffic, which I loved with my girl Paula Patton.
Black and Blue.
Black and yes. And now Meet the Blacks 2, the House Next Door. And of course, the legendary Katt Williams, bruh. Yo, speechless? How you feeling?
I'm speechless, bro. That was great, man.
And the words when he said to you doing a special, that gem at the end, that kind of hit me, even though, you know, he was giving it to you, but it don't matter where you at. You did your special. It's still special. You know
there
what
you
I'm
go.
saying?
It's still special, man. That's look, it's all love. They showed love to us. And it was fun. I can't wait to see Meet the Blacks 2. Like I said, saw the first one, love the first one. Everybody knows, and we know the work that Deon Taylor puts out. We know the work that Katt Williams puts out, and this is just going to be amazing. And we're over here geeking. We're geeking, man.
That was so much a pleasure, man. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Would love to have more time again, but we had to, they have a lot of interviews. They're doing the pressure because it's how it is. But I'm so excited that we got to ask the questions we did. And yeah, it just gasses me up for the film. It's such a pleasure to do it, and then hopefully we can run through and see it again. Hopefully we can go to the premiere. We kind of got a little hey, let's get an invite. Hey,
I gotta get a new outfit. I'm working out.
Hey, there we go. Let's shine. Good times, man. Glenn, thank you so much for joining me as always. Let's talk about what you got going on before we sign off. How they can hit us up and see us more in the future. As always, tell them what you got going on, bro.
It's Glenn Lawrence, Level Up Comedy. You can check me out also on the Blur Dad podcast. We release those episodes weekly, and you can always see me right here with the NRW, giving you the new reviews and little snippets and sneak peeks of cool stuff in pop culture and cinema.
Hell yeah. Your boy Kuya P, man. Make sure you follow my man at Blur Dad Podcast. And of course, all the stuff he does here at the NRW Squad. That's what we do. Your boy Kuya P, you can follow me at Strange Since 1977, as well as at Temple Far East. One of those is Twitter, one is G. I don't know because I'm old. You can also follow us here at the NRW and at New Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. POC representation within pop culture. That's my crew at the Nerds of Color. And over there at the Nerds of Color, I bring you the Show Pal Show. And that's Filipinx representation because we've been in the game killing it. As always, man, always a pleasure doing it with my man Glenn. We got more stuff coming your way. We got more interviews coming your way. And yeah, a lot of stuff. Reviews, recaps, all that. I think we got Loki getting ready to drop. I think we'll jump back in. We were doing the Captain America Winter Soldier. We did Mandalorian. I think we'll probably get back on our weeklies again. Hopefully with
Loki's
Loki.
like in another week or so. Yeah. Another week or so. Let's get it.
Just a lot of shit coming your way. That's what we do. We have fun doing it, and we appreciate y'all every time. Yeah.